haven't changed my pants in 3 days.
3 days.
3 days. 4 days. Having a baby is wild. You go through all the drama of heaving the baby out of you, you get so scared and so excited, you're wide-eyed and made of love and fear and rags, and then they just stick a little hat on it and send you home. When I had my tonsils out, I was at least given a pamphlet.
The sort of advice you do get is, when the baby sleeps, you sleep. When the baby eats, you eat. But it's not as easy as that, is it? Sleeping when the baby sleeps, because the baby woke up at 5 a.m. and falls back to sleep during Good Morning Britain. We're wired very differently.
When you have a baby and post that first precious photo on the socials, you feel like J-Lo with the amount of likes you get. 402 likes, 173 comments, and I didn't even put a filter on the baby. But likes don't really count, do they? Those likes won't teach you how to swaddle or burp it.
I thought those first few months would be blissful. Sunlight shining through the windows, me dressed all in white like I was in an advert for yogurt.
And what really struck me in that first year was the utter joy of leaving the house. Any little excursion felt like a full-blown spa break. I was more than happy to spend an extra 5 minutes in the middle aisle at Aldi. Yes, I think I will treat myself to some size 7 work boots actually. Ooh, and an 80-litre pressure washer. Yes, please, I'm having a pamper day.
At times, I felt so claustrophobic, I'd walk outside the front door of my tiny flat just to gulp at the air like a little fish.
How I expected motherhood to be was completely different from the reality. I thought it'd be watching them serenely sleep in their Moses basket
Whilst we listen to classical music.
And teach them Mandarin.
but the reality is, I haven't changed my pants in 3 days.
3 days.
3 days. 4 days.
And you don't expect when becoming a mum to be living with your own mum. That's a trip. My mum, she last parented babies in the early 80s, so she picked up right where she left off. Rum to soothe teething, cushions for a car seat, and controlled crying because they need to learn it's a cold, lonely world and I will not raise you soft.
In my mum's eyes, my baby could literally do no wrong. Once, when he was about 3 months old, so tiny he couldn't even sit up by himself, curled up on a cushion like a prawn, dribbling so much that he's given himself eczema of the neck. My mum looked at that and genuinely said, I think it's going to be really musical.
Well, I'm just glad my mum's not on social media. Otherwise, all I'd see is photo after photo of how she treats my kids compared to how she treated me. Biscuits for lunch, ice cream for dinner.
When it came to breastfeeding, I really got the hang of it. And I do mean hang. They hang now.
But I never got on with the breast pumps. In the same way, I never got on with vibrators. Personally, I need an actual man to get my kicks, and I need an actual baby to lactate. If I see a breast pump, it does nothing for me. But if I see a random baby, my breasts go, milk party time!
I got brave. I would do it in public without a care in the world. I'd breastfeed anytime, anywhere. Even if my kid wasn't hungry. I'd be there like a restaurant owner on the seafront when you're on holiday. Hello, my friend, come in. We have the best food in town.
And then there's the nights. At first, you get excited to see your baby on the monitor, but in reality, it turns infrared, and your sweet, sweet baby looks like something from a horror movie.
And people told me that the nights would be hard, and I listened to them. I just didn't believe it because I thought I am so special. I, Ellie, will be the exception. But then, only 48 hours into the newborn nightclub, worst nightclub ever, it became apparent that I wasn't cut out for this type of all-nighter.
It's important to choose your nighttime activity well. Me and my partner rewatched every series of Bake Off, which I hope explains why my son's first words were, "Now that's a soggy bottom."
Maybe it's being sleep deprived, but occasionally when I was out, someone would say,
You look great.
But in my mind, I was thinking, oh God, they think I'm looking after myself more than my baby. They're accusing me of neglecting my baby. They think I'm letting my baby go hungry because I spent the last 4 days binge watching Married at First Sight. I haven't.
There were moments when the contradiction between my old life and my new life really hit me. I'd be awake in the early hours, scrolling on my phone, when at the same time I'd see my friends without children posting live updates from their night out. My life was so far removed from that. I felt like a very different me.
But you're still you. You're still who you are.
It's just that now you're a mum as well.
Hello. You look like you've had a good night.
Do you know what? I think he might actually be really musical.
When did you get social media?
Oh, thanks for calling, mate. I really needed that.